Seattle Reign FC hit the road on Tuesday for another midweek clash with FC Kansas City. Wednesday night's fixture will mark the second meeting in as many weeks between the two sides as Seattle looks to continue its perfect season.
We've won our games now. We've won 7. We've come through a lot of issues, like you've said, and so we're still we're just in a really good place, and that's where we want to be, and that's where we want to stay.
The group have battled through adversity so far. It hasn't been plain sailing, and I think I said after the game on Wednesday, we're not the finished article by a long stretch, and we're constantly trying to better ourselves in practice, in the meeting room.
Just 7 games in, Reign FC has proven its ability to win despite not playing a perfect match. That wasn't the case in 2013.
That's the challenge for any team, is when you don't play well, as in like on the ball, you don't feel like you've done well, it's still being able to have that killer instinct and to win games. And with the personnel that we've got this year, we have the ability to do that, and we've proven that. And we've played 7 games now. Results-wise have been excellent. Performance-wise, we could be better. And as long as we have that mentality of making sure that we keep our standards high, then I think we can keep progressing this season.
I think we've probably not played how we would like to have played over the last couple of games, but we're playing against, arguably, for me, the best team that there was last year in Kansas, and the champions, which were Portland. So, we're not going to dominate those games as much as we'd like, and I think for us that was a learning curve from that perspective.
Blowing a 2-goal lead in last week's win against Kansas City provided a perfect example of finding a way to grind out 3 points.
We just should have dealt with the game and the situation that it was a lot better than what we did, and we shouldn't have thrown away 2 goals. That's not in our nature, and it's not in the players of the team that we have. But I think that just came down to tiredness, in all honesty. I think it was physical and mental fatigue, and that's something that in this league is vital for you to be able to work with and to be able to manage. And it was a huge game for us from that point of view.
I'd like us to probably keep the ball a little bit better, and I'd like us to put them under a little bit more pressure in terms of not allowing them to have the ball in dangerous areas, and that's pretty much what we've been working on all week. Against a team like Kansas, they are going to have the ball, and you've just got to decide where you want them to have it and where you don't really want them to have it. So yeah, that's been the focus.
Playing a team in consecutive games brings a different set of challenges in terms of preparation.
I think you always think that the game's going to be exactly the same. And it's not, and you maybe analyse too much those actual games, and it changes. But for me, actually, Kansas are not that different from last year. I think they're actually probably more fluid in their possession than they were last year. And they pass the ball around really, really well. They're a very highly possession-based team, and sometimes you just got to accept that the team's going to have the ball, and that's something that we need to allow a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, it's difficult. I don't think anybody likes to do it. I think the fact that they've got a game in between for them probably has helped them shift focus a little bit to Houston. And like I said, after the game and pre-game, I think they're a great side. I think they're a very, very good footballing team, and I think they'll win games throughout the season because they keep the ball and they possess it really well, and they put teams under a lot of pressure, and I don't see anything different that will come about that on Wednesday for sure.
Megan Rapinoe will miss Wednesday's game, but other players returning to health might give Laura Harvey more options during the match.
Yeah, Steph will be travelling, Frisbee will travel, so we're gradually getting a few bodies back fit, which is great. And yeah, it'll be nice to be able to bolster the squad a little bit in preparation for the Kansas game.